Hi, I'm coming from the future. I just finished editing this and I have another video to edit which will come up first, which is the Sephora sale Rex. And I realized that it was hard for me to edit because I wasn't myself. I was pretty spacey, and I think I owe you an explanation what's going on. When I first started my channel, I had done so from the position of being someone who watches a lot of videos, and I, straight out of the gate, didn't want to get too personal because when I say personal, I don't mean sharing little stories. I mean, there's some people who talk about how depressed they are and how anxious they are and this, that, and the other thing. And I mentioned this in my coronavirus video, that I feel that there's a lot of us who are just on the razor's edge, and we watch a video like that, we kind of go to the dark side. It's just invites us in. And I don't think it's beneficial to anybody to talk about that kind of stuff. I just don't. I'm not saying we should pretend things are happening that aren't happening, that we should be lying, but to keep it light and to connect with people as we can and take people away from their day for a little bit while being authentic. And that was kind of my goal. And of course, learning to do all this, to talk on the camera, right? But as I was editing this, I had to say things over and over and over again because I was using the wrong words, and my brain was just not functioning, and there was a reason for that. And if you've never watched one of my videos, you may think, wow, I'm never coming back to this one. And if you have been watching, you might notice that there's something off. And the reason I would even put this up in the first place is because I think there is some value in what I did, which is taking this palette again and finding a more everyday look. And I do want you to see that. But I also want to explain what's going on. My mother died on Wednesday, and I felt like it was very sudden, and I felt like I couldn't, when I got the call, I'm like, okay. After this call and after talking to a friend of mine, I thought I just, I have to keep my mind somewhere else, watching the news, which, as we all know, the news is pretty bad right now, and I have been obsessed with the news for 3 years. And even though it's been every day so oppressive, so sad, so what is going to happen to us? What is our future as a world? This was more personal, and I felt just keeping my mind busy and forging ahead with videos would help me to cope in a way, to kind of do normal things so that I don't, I don't know, so I don't what? Obviously I've never experienced this before, and I'm not sure what my journey is going to be. I imagine because she wasn't ill. It wasn't like watching somebody be sick or decline for a long time and it's going to happen. It was quite surprising, and I guess I'll be going through those stages, the Elizabeth, Kubler-Ross thing, denial, bargaining, acceptance. There's more steps in there. But I wanted to, camera stopped, I wanted to let you know what was going on and why my energy might be a little strange. So I have this Dior video, and I probably edited and put up already the makeup recommendations for Sephora, and there's probably 2 other videos that I had done, have already gone up, the Chow Chow at least, And then I have something from Chantecaille that I did a couple of weeks ago that will be coming up. And then we'll see. Partly shooting isn't a problem, but when it gets to editing, I kind of zone out. I'm zoning out while I'm shooting too, to be honest. And I do have, you know, a new palette that I'd like to share with you, new to me. And I haven't even made my Sephora purchases. I wasn't going to do it on Friday. I thought, what's the rush? I was waiting for a couple of things to come back into stock because sometimes that happens. It hasn't happened. And I don't know, there's just a part of me that's just like, it's like there's new products anyway. So I probably will make my Sephora order, but that's my headspace right now. And I just felt that I owed you an explanation for my energy for the past couple of videos that you've seen. And there's, you know, one more, I guess, coming up after this. And then we'll see. Maybe I'll just take a couple of days off and get back into focusing on this. I really enjoy doing this, so I'm not planning on going away, but I might not be as regular as I have been, maybe a couple days off. So there you have it. Let's get into the video where I talk about a couple of new products, new to me, that I got. One of them is this, which is a very, very famous product. And one of them is doing a neutral look with this one, which I did 2 other looks with the rosewoodish colors the other day. And I have another new product that I used, and I don't remember. Oh, I do remember what it is. The ColourPop blush. And yeah. And now back to regular programming. Good morning. It is cloudy again, and my eye's still a little messed up. If you didn't see my second video on Shoo Shoo, I had used the Babyface Sukari facial from Drunk Elephant. And then afterwards I decided to put on my copper peptides. Now I don't think I got the facial under my eyes, but I might have gotten a teeny bit under my eyes. And the copper peptide kind of mangled this whole area. It's a little bit better today, but it's still pretty bad. I'm just putting it out there. If you're looking at this thinking, what's going on with the eyes? I know. It'll be a couple of days and then it'll be back to normal because not the first time. But I wanted to do another look at the Dior Backstage. I got 2 looks before, but now I want to see a neutral look. So I'm going to do these 3 because look, the truth is these colors can read a little winter. They can be a little dark on some people, and they might not be flattering on everybody, or certainly they're not the kind of look you want to do every day. Where I think these 3 colors can be everyday looks. So when I put on my foundation, I already put some on my eyes because it's so messy around here. I'm going to take it off and just take a little bit of the concealer, or I keep on calling it concealer, of the primer on the eyes. Now they're calling this a highlighter bronze. I guess it's for the brow bone, but you know, you can do whatever you want with colors, with shadows. I'm just going to kind of put it all over the mobile lid and a little bit higher and see what happens. Anyway, I'd love to hear how you are holding up. I have a dog, you probably know, and so I do take a nice decent walk every day, sometimes an hour long, sometimes once in a while it's quite a bit shorter, but that gets me out and I do see my neighbors. Everybody has turned into a walker, whether they have a pet or not, and even though we're not close to each other, it's kind of usually nice human interactions. Sometimes it's like not. Sometimes you say hello and they just keep on walking like you're invisible. It's weird. And now I'm going to take this darker color and I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's see. With a small brush. Try to recede my hood a little bit. Today's really a good test for how's it doing the crepiness, because my lids are also suffering. Anyway, for me, those walks clear my head. I get a little exercise because I'm in a hilly neighborhood, so you're either going uphill or downhill, but you're not going flat. And, connects you with nature a little bit. You see some birds, you see some trees, you see what's blooming. I oftentimes go with my neighbor. We both wear masks, and we're usually on the other side of the street, or if we're on the same side of the street, one of us is ahead of the other one. So, little companionship, and it's okay. It's not ideal, obviously, but and that kind of, I don't know, soothes that need for interaction with somebody else. Now, if you live with somebody, you don't have that problem, but you might have another problem. You might have the problem of, OMG, please shut up. Please turn off the TV, or please turn off your music, or please clean up your dishes. What's it like in your house? Is it one of those, or what? So it's just an easy application with those three colors. That bronzer highlighter thing, I don't really know what that's about. I guess a little bit of color. And this isn't too dark if you use a light hand. And it just gives you a little bit of shape so you can go out and do some grocery shopping. I think I'm going to take a blender brush and just kind of blend it. There. Now, as I said in my video yesterday, I am really, really, really fighting the urge to cut my own hair, which I know would be a horrible mistake. I mean, I wonder, for guys, I guess it's even more difficult because they do get their hair cut more often. But I guess for a lot of guys, you can get that buzz thing and do something with that. Now, I got a couple of new products from Ulta. Ulta had a sale. Ulta's not a store I shop at with any kind of consistency, but in the last year I've been going there more frequently. I wanted to get into ColourPop, and you can only see it there. I wanted to check out Juvia's Place. You could only see it there. And I did my first Ulta order, I guess, a month ago, and it came so fast. I was really impressed. So when they had the recent sale, which I think is still going on, there were some products that were 50% off, and I got a couple that are not new products, but they're new to me. So I finally got this. You probably know, if you've been here before, I'm not big on bronzing. I don't bronze every day, but everybody loves this. This is a YouTube made me buy it. I got the light one, which I think is the original one, and I put it on last night, and I didn't like that tone very much. I find that the things people really like usually don't work for me. They tend to be a little gray, a little muddy, or a little baby diaper-y. So let's give it a try. I'm using my usual brush, and we'll see. The sun's coming out. Oh, so now the color will be changing. It does smell. I don't mind the smell. Yeah, I don't like this color on me. To me, this looks dirty. I used a denser brush yesterday, so it was, the minute I put it on, it's like, pow! Oh my god, I don't like this color. But you keep on going. Let me know what you think. I don't know. I don't think that makes me look particularly sun-kissed. I'm afraid to put on some more, but we'll do it for science. I've seen Kathleen Lights use this, and she loves it. And I think our skin tone might be similar in depth of color. I might be a smidge darker than her, but I think our undertones are very different. I think she is a little olive, and I am more neutral with surface redness. I also got a new blush from ColourPop in Too Cool for School. I don't know what I was thinking, but I am trying to experiment with colors, and why not experiment with colors that are not that expensive? And I don't mind this formula at all. Okay, I'm a little afraid. Instead of putting it where I normally would put blush, I'm going to do it around here. Just kind of reading a little more like a bronzer. I don't know. Here's the color here. I'm going to compare it to the Ilia, which is another new color for me in my I am exploring color journey. Okay. Too Cool for School seems very orange, where this is much, much more neutral. It might even have a teeny bit of pink in it. I don't know. And the sun's going again. I didn't get anything new for lips. But boy, my lips are so hurting right now. I think I'm going to use this very neutral Dior balm. These are so soothing and tasty. This is the Stellar Shine in 439, and I am looking like a little neutral goddess today, which is different for me. Put a little bit of mascara, and I'm ready to put on my medical mask and wait in line to buy some groceries. And you know what? I don't mind the eyes at all. So the shadow, here it is, just using this right here. So the primer, the nude, the highlighter bronzer, and this brown, and absolutely an everyday look with a little bit of shimmer going on from that highlighter bronze. The bronzer, I have to look at this in another mirror. It might be okay, but I'm only saying that because I'm comparing it to this, which is super orange. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for me today. A couple of new products for me, and another way to wear the Dior Backstage, and, you know, more of a daily look. Let me know what you think of this blush, because I'm thinking it looks orange and I'm not very comfortable with it, but I'd love to hear what you think. I hope you're having a really good day. I hope you're able to keep your head together, and let me know how you're keeping your head together. If you've made huge changes, if you started one way in the beginning and then decided to change direction and kind of be more disciplined or be less disciplined, to schedule yourself more, or to just, you know, roll out of bed whenever you want and do whatever you want whenever you want. I'm curious to know. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. I appreciate it. I don't know if this will be helpful to you, but I appreciate it anyway. And I hope you come back again. Stay safe and smart. And until we meet again, I'm wishing you good health.